All right, let's play a little game. Take 50 Army Rangers, some of the best trained soldiers on the planet today. These guys are disciplined, smart, and loaded with modern weapons. Now pick them up, drop them 2,000 years in the past, and land them right outside the gates of ancient Rome. They've got Humvees, rifles, grenades, night vision, radios, all the gear you'd expect a platoon to have on deployment. But here's the catch: no resupply. Once the ammo's gone, that's it. Once the fuel runs out, those Humvees are just really heavy lawn ornaments. And now ask the big question: could 50 men conquer the entire Roman Empire? Phase 1, the warm-up round. So the Rangers show up in full kit, probably scaring the sandals off some Roman villagers. Imagine being a farmer, and suddenly you see camo-clad dudes with sunglasses, night vision goggles, and M4s. You'd probably run back to the city yelling, "Zeus sent demons!" Word spreads, and soon the Senate hears about these mystery warriors. Rome doesn't ignore problems. They send a legion. That's about 5,000 soldiers, marching in formation, shields clashing, spears at the ready. And the Rangers? They just delete them. Full-auto gunfire rips through shield walls like paper. Grenades blow entire formations into the air. Humvees with .50 cals turn cavalry charges into medieval barbecue. The first clash is a complete massacre. To the Romans who survive, these aren't men. They're gods with thunder weapons. Phase 2. Rome gets serious, but Rome doesn't stay down. If there's one thing the Empire was good at, it was bouncing back from disasters. They fought Carthage, the Gauls, even Spartacus and his gladiators. So the Senate calls in more legions. Not one, not two, but dozens. Over 150,000 professional soldiers scattered across the empire. And they all start marching toward this new threat. Here's where it gets interesting. The Rangers are still shredding any force that comes at them. Their tactics are just way too advanced. Hit-and-run ambushes, perfect communication with radios, surgical strikes at night with night vision. It's like dropping Batman into a fistfight with cavemen. But there's a problem. Every single bullet they fire is one bullet gone forever. Phase 3. The ammo problem. Time for some quick math. Each Ranger carries about 210 rounds on average. Times 50 guys, that's around 10,000 bullets right there. Add in Humvee ammo, grenades, rockets. Maybe they've got 100,000 rounds in total. That's a lot. You could wipe out entire cities with that. But here's the thing. Rome has 60 million people in the empire, millions of men who can be turned into soldiers. The Rangers might win every battle they fight, but they can't shoot forever. Once the ammo runs dry, suddenly they're just 50 dudes with some scary knives and empty rifles. Meanwhile, Rome can replace its soldiers endlessly. And let's not forget fuel. Humvees don't run on olive oil. Once the gas tanks are empty, those armored trucks are about as useful as really big Roman statues. The clock is ticking. Phase 4. Adapt or die. So, what do the Rangers do when the easy wins are over? Option 1. Terror tactics. They use their remaining firepower sparingly, striking at night. With night vision goggles, they can turn whole Roman camps into horror movies. To the Romans, it's like demons materializing out of the dark. Option 2. Go political. The Rangers know leadership, strategy, and intimidation. Knock off a few senators, scare the rest, and suddenly they're not fighting the empire anymore. They're running it. Option 3. Teach the Romans. Okay, no, they can't build factories and ammo overnight, but they could introduce concepts, new tactics, engineering tricks, even basic gunpowder if they can figure out the local resources. In other words, they might not give Rome M4s, but they could give Rome a head start on cannons, trenches, and real battlefield strategy. In short, the Rangers either adapt and play the long game, or they get swallowed by the numbers game. Phase 5. What about the people? Another factor? Civilians. At first, the common people would worship them like gods. Imagine someone with sunglasses and a rifle showing up in your town when all you've ever seen are swords. But the flip side? Fear doesn't last forever. Romans might admire them, but they'd also resent them. The Rangers would need allies, maybe bribe local governors, promise protection, or just scare everyone into falling in line. Because even if you can kill thousands, you can't run an empire of 60 million without politics. Phase 6. The verdict. So, could a single Army Ranger platoon conquer Rome? Short term? Absolutely. They'd crush any legion sent against them. A few battles in, the Romans would be convinced Mars himself had descended with a machine gun. Medium term? Nope. Ammo, fuel, and supplies run out. The Romans keep coming. It's like trying to beat the ocean with a bucket. Long term? Maybe. If the Rangers stop thinking like soldiers and start thinking like emperors, they might actually take control. Not by spraying bullets, but by scaring, leading, and teaching the Romans. So yeah, they wouldn't win with guns. They'd win with fear, with brains. and maybe a little luck. So, what do you think? Could 50 army rangers actually take down the Roman Empire, or would they just run out of ammo and get stomped by sheer numbers? Let me know in the comments and hit that subscribe button if you want more insane what-if battles.